28 years later, sequel in development with original writer and director, new trilogy planned. After decades of fan anticipation, the nightmare is finally returning, but this time it's not just a one-off. 28 years later, a long gestating sequel to 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, is officially in development, and it's bringing back the creative forces who started it all. That's right, director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland have reunited to reignite the infection and launch what is being described as the beginning of a brand new trilogy. The infection spreads again. Originally released in 2002, 28 Days Later redefined the zombie genre for a new generation. It wasn't just a horror film. It was a post-apocalyptic fever dream powered by rage, digital grit, and a haunting score. Boyle's kinetic directing style and Garland's thoughtful script made the film stand out in a crowded genre, and the film's impact reverberated through Hollywood. Its 2007 sequel, 28 Weeks Later, directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, expanded the world but left fans wanting more closure. For years, whispers of a third film, sometimes titled 28 Months Later, circulated in horror communities, only to fade into silence. Now, 28 years later is not just a sequel. It's a resurrection. It's a declaration. And most importantly, it's the start of something much bigger. The Dream Team reunited. One of the most exciting aspects of this news is the return of Boyle and Garland. The two haven't worked together on a feature film since 2007's Sunshine, but their creative chemistry has always been electric. Garland has since gone on to become a celebrated director in his own right, with cerebral science fiction thrillers like Ex Machina, Annihilation, and Men. Boyle, meanwhile, has continued his eclectic career, helming everything from 127 Hours to Yesterday. Their reunion for 28 years later signals not just a return to a familiar universe, but also a rekindling of a unique creative partnership. It's expected that Garland will write the script for the first film in the new trilogy, with Boyle directing, though both are said to be involved in planning the broader arc of all three movies. A new trilogy, a new era. While plot details remain tightly under wraps, sources close to the production have confirmed that 28 Years Later will serve as the first installment of a fresh trilogy, one that expands the mythology of the rage virus while exploring new characters and locations. Rather than simply picking up where 28 Weeks Later left off, this film will jump nearly 3 decades ahead. That raises intriguing questions. What does the world look like 28 years after the initial outbreak? Has humanity adapted, rebuilt, or succumbed entirely to the virus? Could a generation have grown up knowing nothing else? Could there be entire societies that have emerged from the ruins, twisted by the trauma and the science of survival? Early rumors suggest that while 28 Years Later will feature a new cast of characters, the trilogy could include returning survivors from the original films, possibly even Cillian Murphy's Jim, whose fate has always remained a topic of debate among fans. Why now? Garland and Boyle have both spoken candidly over the years about their desire to wait for the right time and story to revisit the 28 universe. In a genre crowded with reboots and soulless sequels, they wanted something meaningful, something urgent. The world has changed dramatically since 2002. Pandemics, societal collapse, mass surveillance, and climate anxiety have all become part of our everyday vocabulary. In that context, 28 Years Later feels more timely than ever. The idea of a virus ripping through civilization, mutating both the body and the soul, is no longer science fiction. It's barely a metaphor. A-list collaborators and a big studio push. Though no cast has been officially announced, insiders claim that the studio is treating this trilogy as a major event, akin to The Last of Us or Dune. The first film is expected to begin production in late 2025, with an eye on a 2026 release. Discussions are reportedly underway with top-tier actors for both leading and supporting roles, and the studio is budgeting for a more ambitious visual scope while retaining the gritty, low-fi aesthetic that made the original so unsettling. In terms of tone, Garland and Boyle have hinted that the new films will lean even,